All right, here we are. We have Pleasant View quizzing against Kettle Moraine and Falls A. If you go by the morning seeds, we have the top three teams in the quiz downstairs: Temple, Heritage Mission, and Hillsdale. And the bottom three teams, based on seeding from this morning: Falls A, Kettle Moraine, Pleasant View. I know Falls and Kettle Moraine are very excited that they traveled thousands of miles just to quiz each other. But those are the six teams we have in the Elite Division. There's also some exciting things going on in Division 2. We have two quizzes, one in the fireplace room. That quiz is McQuantico FBC LBJV. You guys are quizzing in the fireplace room, but you want to watch me instead. I'm honored. They should be ready because all the quizzes are done. So it should be McQuantico, Temple JV, and FBCLB JV. And then in the other room, we have Falls JV, Heritage Mission, and Temple, and Faith Canoga Park. So Falls JV, Heritage Mission JV, and Faith Canoga Park in one room. The other room is Temple JV, McQuantico, and FBCLB JV. So those are the teams, those quizzes. FBCLB JV and Falls JV do not have a low. So those teams, and the two teams without a low in the Elite Division are Hillsdale and Falls A. And in the quiz, in the auditorium right now, you will get the inordinate joy of seeing Falls A. So Kettle Moraine will be sitting to the quizmaster's left. Falls will be seated on the right, and Pleasant View will be in the middle. I will turn it over to Mr. Douglas.
So, Falls, you don't have a loss yet, right? No. Okay. And the other team who doesn't have a loss is Hillsdale? Okay. Okay. So, for those of you who are watching there and wondering, you may have more knowledge of this than we do, but anyway, the two teams without a loss, we're down to 6 teams now, and the two without a loss are Falls in this room, and then Hillsdale, who is quizzing currently against Temple and one other team that I'm unclear on at the moment. Heritage? Okay, Heritage, thank you. The teams that got out that time were Bethel Calvary and First Baptist. Would that be right?
That sounds correct.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. Swaffer, was it First Baptist that got eliminated? Okay. Okay, so basically what it amounts to is we'll be down to one room after this round unless the two of you gang up on Falls and give them a loss, and the two teams that are quizzing Hillsdale gang up on them and give them a loss. So we'll either be down to 4 teams or 5 or 6 after this. If we're still at 6, then we'll have 2 more quizzes or one more round where we use 2 rooms. Okay? So hopefully that's as clear as mud. So bottom line is Falls knows they don't want to lose, and obviously neither do either of these other teams. So if Falls loses, then we'll just have to wait and find out what the result is from downstairs before we know whether we're in 1 or 2 rooms. All right. Yes, we'll get these all on here, and Stevens as well. All right, let me see all 15 at one time, please. Thank you. All right, I don't know who is up at the TV booth or whatever, but if someone could kind of make us aware of exactly how we're going to be handling pairings going forward so that we can alert teams, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. All right, we are ready to start. We'll need to pull that shut again because we've probably got some second division teams that are pretending there's snow out there and throwing air at each other. Sounds like someone's having a lot of fun. Maybe a Frisbee or something. All right. This is question number 1. It is a reference question. Question. What did Jesus rebuke according number 4, Ashley?
The devil.
That is correct. Question number 2. Question. According to Matthew 27:59, in number 3, Jennifer.
In his a clean linen cloth. Wrapped in a clean linen cloth.
$20 points. Question number 3. Question. In Matthew 7, what is number 5, Isaac?
This is what is the law and the prophets. All things, therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do even so to them.
No, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, remaining teams. Question. In Matthew 7, what is number 4, Kara?
Broad. Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
That is correct. Question number 4. Question. According to Matthew 10:19, number 4, Kara.
For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
No, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, remaining teams. Number 5, Isaac.
Take no thought, however, what you shall speak.
Correct. Question number 5 is a quote this verse question. Quote Matthew 18, number 4, Kara. No, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, remaining teams. Question. Quote this verse, Matthew 18:13. Number 4, Hannah.
And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray.
Okay, I need you to start it again and slow down just a tad.
And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray.
That is correct.
Good job. Good job.
It's okay, y'all.
Okay, I'm guessing you must have said it right. No one challenged, so very hard to hear what you were saying there. He felt you did say what I wasn't sure you had said. Let me just remind all of you, I just turned 50, so my ears are pretty good, but they're not great. So if you're sure you know your answer, you need to make sure you say it very clearly. Now, obviously, as all well-coached quizzers, if you're not actually sure, then you want to mumble a little bit. So, but anyway, that is correct. Question number 6. Oh, and our score is Kettle Moraine 20, Pleasant View 40, and Falls 40. Falls has 2 errors. Pleasant View has 1. Question 6. According to Matthew 6:6, when? Number 3, Jonathan.
When you pray.
No, I'm sorry. Toss-up question remaining team. Number 4, Ashley.
When thou hast shut thy door.
That is correct. Question number 7. Question. According to Matthew 24:47. Number 1.
You make him over all goods, not make him ruler over all goods. You should make him over all goods.
That is correct.
Good job, Daniel. Let's go.
Question number 8. Question. When did Jesus say in Matthew 26, verily, number 1, Daniel?
Whenever come to Gethsemane, to a place called Gethsemane.
No, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Toss-up question remaining teams. Number 1, Abby.
As they did eat.
That is correct. Question number 9. Question. Unto whom in Matthew 28 did some, number 4, Ashley.
Did some unto the chief priest.
That is correct. Question number 10. Question. According to Matthew 22:9, where, number 2, Stephen?
Where? Into the highways? Be different to the highways.
That is correct. All right, after 10, we have a score of 40 for Kettle Moraine with 2 errors, 80 for Pleasant View with 1 error, 80 for Falls with 2 errors. Question number 11. Question number 11 is a finish this verse question. Finish this verse. For what? Number 3, Jennifer.
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
20 points.
Good job, Jennifer.
Question number 12. Question. According to Matthew 2:5, where? Number 4, Ashley.
Where? 2:5 where? In Bethlehem of Judea.
That is correct. Question number 12 is a reference question. Question. Who rebuked the blind? Number 4, Ashley.
The disciples.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, please watch your lights. Let's try not to get the fouls. Toss-up question remaining teams. Number 2.
The multitude?
That is correct. We have a foul on Kettle Moraine for a light that flashed on while I was asking it. Number 13. Question. Who in Matthew 9 did Jesus, number 1, Jesse,
To his disciples.
no, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, remaining teams. Question. Who in Matthew 9 did Jesus not come to call to number 3, Jennifer?
To repentance. Sinners. Not going to call the righteous. As opposed to sinners.
I'm sorry. That's all right. I'm sorry, that is an error. And I did mistakenly say that was question 13. It was 14. So we have a free question for Kettle Moraine. According to Matthew 19:14, what did Jesus say? Hannah?
Except for little children, and forbidden not to come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven.
That is correct. For 10. Question number 13. 14. Question. What kingdom is number 5, John?
It's brought.
Every kingdom.
Every kingdom divided against itself.
No, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, remaining teams. Question. What kingdom is at number 1, Jesse?
The kingdom of heaven.
That's correct. Question 15. Question. What presently, number 5, John?
Presently. Hey. Multitude of people.
No, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, remaining teams. Number 3, Jonathan.
The fig tree.
That is correct. The timeout for Kettle Moraine. Our score is 70 Kettle Moraine, 120 Pleasant View, 100 for Falls, and we will be entering the air zone for all teams. And we currently have 1 foul on the board for Kettle Moraine. All right. Time in. Question number 16 is a finish this verse question. Question. Finish this verse. And greetings, number 3, Jennifer.
And greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi.
20 points.
Good job, Jennifer.
Question number 17. Question. What did the enemy sow among number 5, John?
So tears.
That is correct.
Good job, John.
Question number 18. Question. Who was James' brother? Number 3, Jonathan.
John.
That is correct. Question number 19 is a quote this verse question. Quote, Matthew 15:38, number 4, Hannah.
38. And they did all eat and were filled, and they took up of the broken meat that was left 7 baskets full.
No, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, remaining teams. Number 3, Jennifer.
And they that did eat were 4,000 men, beside women and children.
That is correct. Question 20. According to Matthew 11:28, how were some, number 3, Jonathan?
Heavy laden.
That is correct. Good job. All right, let's give Kettle Moraine a hand. Unfortunately, this is their second loss. Congratulations to Pleasant View. Survived another one. Good job. And Falls came in with a strong high there. Got a little scary there for a few minutes, but pulled it out again. All right, very good job. We know we're in one room now, but until we get the result from downstairs, I don't really have a clue who is going to quiz or not quiz. They have all the records upstairs, and hopefully they will get me that information. Yes, that'd be awesome.
All right. Mr. Douglas may not have the information, but we do. Temple, based on the result of the Temple Heritage Hillsdale quiz, we will be able to tell you who will get that bye. Okay. And I'm telling people are saying they want to see me, which sounds like a miserable existence. All right. Yes. Okay, what happened downstairs in the Temple Heritage Hillsdale quiz? Okay, because until that happens, we don't know. All right, but if Temple survives that quiz, Temple gets a bye. That much we know. If Temple does not survive that quiz, then that means Heritage Mission did, and Hillsdale did, but Falls then would get the bye as having the most quizzes. So it will either be Temple, if they survive, getting the bye, or Falls. Now, if Hillsdale loses and multiple teams survive, then Temple and Falls would both get a bye. So it's either Temple, Falls, or Temple and Falls. Those are the teams that will get the bye. So we're down to 5 teams as of this second, but we have the possibility of going down to 4 in a minute. Okay. All right. Here's the deal. And I'm asked to repeat this, so I'm going to repeat it where everyone can hear me. If Temple survives, Temple gets the bye. If Temple does not survive, Falls gets the bye. If Hillsdale loses so that everyone survives, Temple and Falls get the bye. So again, the byes are either Temple, Falls, or Temple and Falls. So that's as simple as I can make that for those who are, trying to pay attention to what's going on. 5 teams as of this moment. This much we know. That quiz will have Pleasant View in it, and it will have Hillsdale in it. That third team could be Heritage, or it could be Falls. So we know that it will have Pleasant View. We know that it will have Hillsdale, and it could have either Heritage or Falls as the third team. All right. We just got an update of score, but it's the score we just watched happen, so we knew what had happened in that particular quiz. All right, here we are on CI2015. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm going to take this thing out because I'm not good at leaning over like that. Here we are. We've got 5 teams left, as we just said. We have on question 14 the quiz that's got Heritage Mission, Temple, and Hillsdale in it. They're on question 14. I don't know who's winning, but I'm sure we'll find that out. Let me give you a little bit of info on Division 2 because I know you're not really following that very much. In Division 2, as of this moment, we're in the exact same spot. We have 5 teams. In that next quiz, the quiz we had come in, we had Faith Canoga Park eliminated. A great team. And what I said earlier, if you're from Wisconsin, listen up. California's gaining on you. In a few years, California may be the state with the most good teams, but as of right now, as of this second, Wisconsin is the state with the most depth and quality teams. But Faith Canoga Park, they got eliminated. Great team. But they did well. They were eliminated. Getting the middle in that quiz was Heritage Mission. Getting the high was Falls JV. We know that the next quiz Falls will be in it, and FBCLB will definitely be in it. If they win, they'll be in it as undefeated along with Falls. If the high or middle, and if they get a low, they will be in it as a team with a low. And if they get a low, then Heritage and Temple will be the two teams to get the bye in Division 2. If that's too confusing, just we'll keep you posted on what's going on. Great day of quizzing so far. We have 5 teams left in the Elite Division, 5 teams left in Division 2, and really we're at the point where you're starting to see the really good teams. Mr. Douglas said it before his last quiz. We are now at the point where good teams are losing. Teams who have performed well are losing. Not everyone can win. In a competition, one team can win it all, and then everyone else is going to fall in place. So you're going to get to a point where teams who have performed well. Athens got eliminated. Athens is a great team, and I predict them to be in the top 3. Shows how much I know. But they did not quiz well today. But the team who just got eliminated, that would be Kettle Moraine. Whether you think they're as good of a team as Athens or not, immaterial for this. They quizzed better today. They had a better day today than Athens did. Had a great day, and yet they still were eliminated. We're at that point where really good teams are getting eliminated. So, again, if you're following along, and I guess you must be if you're hearing this, the bye in Elite Division is Temple or Falls if Temple does not survive, or if there's 5 teams, it's Temple and Falls. If in Division 2, the bye, we know Heritage Mission is going to have a bye in Division 2, and if Temple is eliminated, then there will only be 4 teams and Heritage gets the bye. So if FBCLB loses, then Temple will get the bye. So it's either Heritage Mission or Heritage Mission and Temple in the off chance that we still have 5 teams. So that's where we're sitting right now as of this moment. We have those. So as I look across, and sometimes we get confused because we have teams that are both in the Elite Division remaining and in Division 2. For example, Temple, their JV team and their Elite Division team both still alive. Heritage Mission, Elite Division and Division 2 team both still alive. Hillsdale only has 1 team, but Falls A and Falls JV both still alive. And then the teams that are alive, Hillsdale, Pleasant View, and McQuantico only had a team in the division they were in. So we're seeing the programs succeed today. Do we have information on another quiz?
They are still wrapping up and not quite putting up.
Okay. Pastor Scott's room, still quizzing, and Mr. Ludlow's room, still quizzing. Okay. All right, so we don't have anything to get you. As soon as we have one of those scores, do we have a score for Mr. Ludlow's room? Okay, so Temple gets the bye. Pretty simple. Temple gets the bye. Go tell Mr. Douglas. So you heard it here as we made the decision, although you knew that was the decision we were making. Temple, with their high win, gets the bye. Hillsdale got the middle, and then the low win to Heritage, they've been eliminated. So the bye is going to be Temple. That means we have quizzing. We're going to have Hillsdale, Falls A, and Pleasant View quizzing right now. Hillsdale, Falls A, Pleasant View quizzing right now. So Hillsdale, Falls A, Pleasant View going to be quizzing. Hillsdale and Falls A both go in without a low. Pleasant View has 1 low, the very first quiz of the day. And we talked about that with John O'Parker earlier when we had that. You lose the first quiz of the day, it's tough to do. All right, so we are going to take one brief break for station identification, and we're going to come back, and Mr. Douglas is going to be on your screen. Or you're going to hear him. He's not going to be on your screen. That'll be the teams.